And if you're not careful, you might end up paying extra, because you remember you're going to pay for deposits, and the thing that is inside the landlord is every means for them not to give you that deposit back. That is what is in their mind. Just know that. You see that door that you're looking at? If you guys notice, I don't know if you can see from afar, do you see that key? Can you see the key? You see that key is inside that nylon, not nylon, a packet form. And it's been almost how many months now? I just left it there for them. Can you guys see the key? Can you see that it's inside one packet like that? The way they bought the key from Fetch is inside the packet. You see that I did not touch it, I did not remove it. It's just there like that. If they did not use keke for you, this is what they're gonna use to steal for you and just finish your life. So your agreement is very important. Your landlord can actually tell you bills all inclusive, whereas in your agreement it is telling you something else. So don't rush to sign. Even if they are telling you, this house is hot cake, people are coming for it, let them take it. Let them take it. If the house is going to be for you, it's going to be for you. Don't rush and pay. I've been in that situation before, that when I was really desperate to get out, they say, hot cake, people are already come, and I was like, that means this house is so good and people already come. I was like, no, I'm not doing. And then when I got home after a few weeks, I was like, thank God I no take that house. And for they will get, tell them boy to rush you. If the house is hot cake, let them take it. Whoever win best, make them take them. So guys, welcome back again to another video. So studies shows that when I wear this merit cap, I'm always fine with it. So now I don't know if I will put on wig or just make the video like this. What do people think? People know that or cancel like so with this I don't like it. So I feel like sometimes just make, but then I do not brush the front of my hair to make it look. Do you guys think I should put on wig or not? What do people think? What do people think? Tell me. As if I don't know, them just wear wig. So there are people that are seeing me for the first time, they'll be like, with this type of gay, yeah. But I tell people you need to wear, because everywhere is hot, there's no light. Sorry, you know in UK there's actually lights, but I don't want this. So guys, in today's video I'll be telling you about FM. So welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back again to another video. So fam, today we'll be talking about another very juicy topic that they will not tell you about, but you know, as I used to tell you, anyways, get ready, we are gonna check some tables, and this table belongs to UK landlord. So like I used to tell you people, especially people that feel like Nigeria is this thing. Yeah, I know Nigeria is this, but then like I used to say, it rains everywhere depending on the magnitude of how it's raining in another country. And like I do say, whatever you know you don't used to do before your country, once you're stepping out of Nigeria or Ghana, make sure you maintain the same energy. If you used to go to the market in Nigeria and then you used to carry your bag like this, when you get to UK, in fact, put your bag inside your clothes, because but like I used to say, most time they don't really publicize their crime in the for them to see. So that's why you actually feel like it's only Nigeria that crime happens. My dear, crimes happens everywhere. So this one will be in another episode. So today's one will be another episode of one of the common, not crime, not really crime, common things that actually happens in the UK. And this one is to rent. How you stay in the UK and you don't have a house you stay, you don't have where you put your head. You know, rent is one of the basic things, and it's one of those things that actually take your money out. So before you spend at least 35%, so I went to bestimigov.uk. It actually says your rent, it should be actually like 35% of your income. So before you spend that type of amount on in an apartment, before an apartment, that means you have to try your best bet, as in your absolute best, as in your torsion. This hearing is not showing. I go put on rim of tire, I know go show which kind of thing with that one. I beg. As I was saying, so if you be spending like up to 35%, sometimes it could even be more, 35% of your income. So your best bet is to try and get absolute value for your money. I think it's better like this. Okay, so your best bet is to actually try to make sure that you get absolute value for your money. So it's not as if you're just gonna live anyhow. So like I used to say, like I do say, and I'll keep hammering it in you people's head. Same way they rent house in Nigeria is same way they do it. Like, you know, I told you, if you follow my lifestyle channel, keeping up with Ashidem, like at the time I moved like last year I moved like 5 times before I could get a suitable house. So when people were saying you get problem, you still they fight with everybody and everything, my dear, prepare yourself. In fact, as you're living in Nigeria, just have it in the back of your mind that your first 3 houses you might just keep moving every month. Just have it in the, just put it inside the corner of your house in mind, like they say, you might find yourself moving. So even if you feel like you're that perfectionist, and then you see people moving, so that's why I really have issue with when somebody was saying, hey, you keep moving everywhere and everything, and I'll be like, if your house is not conducive for me, if it's not comfortable for me, I will not say because story I want to stay, I will not go. So it could be anything. So once you're leaving your country, right, just have it at the back of your mind that your first 2-3 house might, in fact, you can even move up to 10 times before you get the best house. You can even move up to 15 times. But then why I'm making this video is, whenever you see yourself moving from one apartment to another, don't eat yourself up. Don't feel like you have anything that is wrong with you. Don't feel like this thing. So it is one of those things of trying to adjust to a new environment, trying to cope with new people, trying to cope with so many things. But then to actually reduce your effect of moving from one house together, that's one of the reasons I am actually making this video. You got me? So guys, today's video I'll be talking about 20 things, 20 tips, 20 anything where you feel call them, 20 things to actually look out for before you rent that apartment in the UK. Okay, let's find out this. People know that I value my BU so much, so just once in a while, just let me be appreciating that it go easy, can you find and be maintaining BU inside this Nigeria. It is not easy. So when you have small like this, you're gonna value it so much. Thanks for your understanding. As I was saying, so I'm talking about 20 things, 20 tips, 20 I don't even know the adjective to call it, 20 hints to actually look out for before you rent your apartment, so that you don't find yourself moving from one place to another, or you don't even regret your stay. And like I used to tell you, you know, in Nigeria, right, we don't scam you, they will scam you with their full chest. But you see UK, if they not use keke for you, it's just waiting. They call this thing, let me take it. Mute my book. See, this is what they are going to use. Pen. This is what they steal with. Nobody come and say they used to do your life for your money. They used to do it. Maybe if they find you on the street, if you work at night, they used to do it too. But you see all those people that they are inside office, don't want to sing. This is what they use to do their own keke. So don't feel like when a British approach you or anything, you feel like, oh wow, they can ask my dear, my boy, and so you really have to be careful. So now let's dive right into it. If you watched up to here, what is all this thing flying about? Is my clothes. You know that I've been indoor for so many months. I don't go out. So anytime I remove any clothes from my wardrobe like this, it's just be removing. Oh, this to remove. You should look forward for me. Anyways, if I've talked like this and you've not subscribed, I don't know what is time to gain in this life. I don't know what is time to gain at all if you don't subscribe. Anyways, let's dive right into it. So the first one on my list is proximity to school or work. And so depending on whatever you're doing in UK, whether you're going to school, whether you're working, one of the most, in fact, the first thing that you should think about is proximity to your school or work. Because as you all know, either you're on tier 4 visa or you're on tier 2 visa. What else are you doing in UK? Aside maybe you've been in UK for the longest time and you are eligible to ILR or citizenship. Even at that, girl, you shall be. That's why I said I cannot move outside the country, because you cannot be jobless in peace. You either be doing something or be doing something. You shall have to be active with your life. You cannot be jobless in UK. So it's either your school or you're going to work aside tourist. It's either you're going to school or you're actually going to work. So number one thing to actually consider is proximity to any of these things. And why I put this one as number one is, as a first timer, Like when you get to UK firstly, and then maybe you're looking for an apartment and everything. You see, same way they used to sweet mouth in Nigeria, it's same way they used to sweet mouth in UK. You can actually tell them, oh, I attend the University of Glasgow, I attend the University of Bistro. This when you actually get to the apartment, then you ask them, because you're actually a newbie, right? You actually ask them, please, how close is this place to University of Glasgow or University of Bistro, any of your schools? That's why they say, look at it there, look at the building. Just do like this. That's the building you are looking at. It's not any building that you are looking at. Is a lie. It is a lie. Please, I work with so care home. Please, so that I want something that is close to the house, so a place that is close to my work and everything. Please, where is the care? They say, that care home, look at it there. Look at, you say, look at that blue banner. You be blue banner that. You know that the agent and the landlord can be talking together, or even anybody that is, they'll say, look at that blue banner, and then you say, you're not seeing any blue banner. They say, look at it, just look straight. You can't find any blue banner. But then two people are telling you can find two blue banner. You now feel like, okay, maybe it's just you that not see. There is no blue banner anywhere. If you actually get to an apartment and they tell you, look at any blue banner, look at your school, look at your care home, look at anything. Has it happened to you even when you're in Nigeria? Okay, let me use Nigeria as an example. If you're in Nigeria, sometimes you can stay in your house, you can see, you can be looking at masts. This all this network mass, that this thing, you can stay in your house. When you look at it, it might look very close to you that this mass is just behind my house. But in real life, right, when you want to go and trace that map, what's it called, that mast, you know that you have to pass long. You don't need, even the day you find out that, okay, this way they read this map, you will not believe that, wow, this thing is so close. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So if they are using any building to do this thing far away for you, sometimes, how do you call that thing in physics? Maybe perspective or something. So I'll be fine at all. Something perspective, life perspective. That thing, I remember it in final, but I can't really remember. So sometimes they actually look closer than they seem. Just look at local. And sometimes maybe it might be the back of the building you are seeing. You get? So it's not as if you are looking at the back of your school, it's not as if you are going to pass the back of your house. Maybe there are some houses that you cannot pass the back, you just have to come straight. So if they are describing from the back of the house, it might be like it's just behind your house, right? But then if you have to go to that place in real life, you have to come out, pass the front, pass this lane, do like this. So in that scenario, if anybody is saying, look at your school, look at your care home, look at your workplace, but that me and see me let them take you there. Any medium of transportation they used to, you should be say it's not far, let's just take it, it's true. And the thing is, don't make it seem obvious that you're doubting them. You get, nobody likes to be doubted. So you're just going to do it with common sense. Like, oh wow, that's the place. Can you just take me? I just want to see a look. I just want to see how the view looks like. Don't just use sense for them. You get, don't make it seem like you're a liar. Take me there. No. They're gonna catch the script. So you say, just use scope for them that you want to know. So let them take you there. Maybe they say it's behind it. Some people can tell it's just 1 minute walk. 1 minute. Oh yeah, more go. More sharply run now. It's just 1 minute. This is, and even eventually if they take you there, make sure it is the gate, because most times university they used to have front gate, they used to have back gate. So university they will not allow people to enter through their back gates, or maybe like a big university like that. For example, a big university, maybe they have faculty of law, faculty of science, faculty of this, faculty of that. You might actually be in faculty of science. If you use the back gate, it can be like the longest journey of your life. Do you understand? Whereas faculty of law is just closer to the entrance of the gate. So depending on your department, depending on your workplace, depending on your this thing, even it happens even in Nigeria in hospitals. Sometimes they will not allow you to pass the back gate. You have to pass the front gate. Sometimes their own back gate is exit. You can come in. So you have to check all those things. Even when you get there, check the direction of which cars are moving. If car is just going like this, nobody is coming out, just know that one is just for entry, or this one is just for exit or anything. So you have to confirm very, very well. Don't allow anybody to do me up a lot. So number one thing is proximity. I know some of you might actually feel like, what's the proximity? Sheba will take bus, Sheba will take car, Sheba will take this one, and this one will bring us to number 2. My dear, bus station, it is nobody's. Bus station will humble you. It is not all apartment in the UK that is close to bus station. It is not all of them. Some they don't even have bus station, and some even when they have bus station, the bus is to come like once in 2 hours, or once in 3 hours, or once even 4 hours. Some used to pass like twice in a day. Isn't that type of situation? My brothers and my sister, avoid it. So after checking proximity to your school, so if the place is very close to your school, you don't have an issue with bus, or maybe you are fine. But just in case the place is not close to your school and then you want to go to a place that you feel like, okay, maybe they tell you that you just pick 50 naira bus, this thing, then the more we enter the bus together, let's see. And then if you check the frequency of the bus, there are some areas that the bus will just pass once in 3 hours, once in this. So imagine you mistakenly, you know, we are all humans. Imagine you mistakenly wake up like 7:30. Bus is there to koja ni 7:30. How you gonna get to your school? You book cab. Okay. By the time you book cab like 2 times, you will know what is 20 hours per week. You understand? So you have to be sure of your bus station, like how many times bus frequents that environment very well, so that in case. Another thing is, maybe we are all humans, right? You can get to school. If I use school, just now I'm talking about work, you can get to school and realize that, oh, you forgot your textbook, or you forgot this one, or these things happens to us. And sometimes you can even be in school and you start having running stomach. For girls like me now, I don't like using public toilet. So then when I was outside the country, I made sure my apartment was closed. So when my this thing is full during my break, I'll just take cab sharp I'll change, then I'll go back to school. So if you know you have any special health condition, just like me, I used to consider my period. Anything I want to do in this life, the first thing I used to consider is my period. So for example, me, if I want to rent an apartment, I used to make sure that it used to have water heater, and I used to make sure there is light and close to restaurant. So depending on your own personal requirement, personal need, make sure to actually tailor it to it. So sometimes you can actually be in school, if you know you are the type that nothing can make you to use public toilet or anything, you know and sometimes if you have running stomach, or maybe you forgot something, and everything, and then you get to this thing, there's no bus, or maybe you even to a bus brought you to the house. After taking the thing now, 2 hours, you're still waiting for a bus to come and carry you back to the school. You see that type of scenario. So anytime you're waiting an apartment, take your time. Make sure the bus is to frequent. Then another thing you might want to consider about proximity is if you actually have a child that will be going to school. So you have to be sure that your child's school is very close to your house, so that when you're going to work, so that when you're actually going to work, right, when you dress up for yourself, you dress up for your kid, I can't drop a lot on it, you go. When you come back from work, I can't mama straight away. Nothing like you be bending corner like this. So that's why I said, depending on your preference, depending on your status, make sure to actually tailor your this. The thing is, you can't get 100% perfect, but then, like I said, even if you can't get 100% perfect, that bus here is very important. That bus station is very important. Make sure there is a bus station very close to your house. Like when you come out like this, you just wait at the junction. Just like me, sometimes you know that when I'm making video, you just say ping. So just in case I need anything, even to buy somebody shout okada, just 1 minute or okada is an estate, but they'll be seeing my hand, and you know there's no okada there. Somebody shall buy be okada go come. So whereas in some houses you'll be checking from inside. If you'll be check before you get to junction, say you have check 1 minute distance. So that's why before you even pay for that apartment, practice with your leg. Practice the way you will even be going from that apartment to your workplace, that apartment to school. You know, understand? That first day excitement is always there. Hey, I'm renting a new apartment. I'm in UK. It's always there, my dear. After the first 2 days, like this, reality will down on you. That's when you know that even 1 minute walk is like 20 minutes low. I know that before your body even, though there is no time difference between Nigeria and UK, but then before your body get adjusted to new system, sometimes you might find yourself sleeping too much. Maybe the first few times again, you might be going to work late, that kind of thing. You just feel yourself sleeping unnecessarily. So imagine if your house is far. You see that 1 minute that they call for you, go just sit as 10 minutes. So you don't want to do that to yourself. Then another thing to actually consider is even more than 20. Let's just say 25. Another factor to actually consider is proximity to mall or markets. How will you stay in a house? And then, you know, the thing, one rule I used to give myself is stay in an apartment that still Ishano Batonle. You will see where to go and buy. Ishano is matches, this fire lighter that used to light gas. So make sure to stay in an apartment that you have all this mini shop close to you. All this mini shop. Sometimes you feel like you went to do shopping, you shop everything, you did not forget anything. And then only for you to start cooking, then you forget that you did not buy ordinary onions. Or you forget that you did not even buy, most of them are automatic lighter. You forget you did not even buy water or even bread. You can buy egg, buy food. Then the you maybe you want to make sandwich now, you went to this thing, you shop everything, you buy egg, you buy everything, you want to make sandwich you, and then you go to later realize that the main ingredient of the sandwich, bread, you did not buy. So imagine, so if a shopping distance far from you, so you not take bus or you book boat, you not start going 10 hours, you won't know. That's why you not, may I even shop something else. So make sure you have emergency all these mini shops around you, so that even sometimes maybe you might find yourself sleeping, you slept too much, or maybe you came back from school late, you can't do anything. At least you can go to a shop to buy very mini decent, like you can just prepare a fast dinner. Like even when you want to cook indomie, you have. And one thing that me I used to look out for is people that sell fruit. You know that fruit, it's even used to help somebody, whether you want to cook noodles, whether you want to make them that they are very close to your house, like very easy. You see bread, people that sell bread, people that sell fruit, people that sell milk, tea. Even when you are sick, right? When you are sick that you're so weak, at least it's easy for you to just manage and just go to a nearby this, or even tell somebody that, please can you help me to get this or anything. So it's very nearby, so don't mistake it. One very long place that you can't even see somebody say why tomatoes. Tomato is very important, so make sure it's very, very close to your body. And especially if you have kids, you know, these children, or if you have family, sometimes your husband can be the one to finish the tea or milk. They will not tell you. When you feel like, oh, you want to prepare breakfast, you just see that everywhere is empty. So what do? I can't wait. One or two, just go to your nearby neighbor that sells it. So imagine if you have to take a long bus to go to the mall. That's how people not eat breakfast. You understand? So another thing to actually check out for is number three is always inclusive. So in any apartment you're doing, one thing to do yourself a favor is make sure that you get an apartment that all bills are inclusive. All bills, don't even do that mistake. So your bills include your water, your electricity, your gas, your all the bills that you can think of. Make sure everything is inclusive inside. Is it fine like this? I think it's fine. What do people think? Please let me take a moment to... So as I was saying, okay, so make sure to get an apartment that all bills inclusive, and then you understand why I said so. So if your landlord is saying bills is not inclusive, that you have to pay your bills yourself, there's one word called to shada, and then there is a point that we used to explain that part. So just have this one in mind. So the number 4 house things to actually look out for is no landlord house. So it's not only like in Nigeria that landlord is to give somebody follow up, or that they'll be following you as if you're making. So any house you be staying, make sure that your landlord is not staying there. Though we have some nice landlords, but you know that you cannot know who is nice when you test them. So are you going to be taking that risk for you to have peace of mind and nobody is sure you do this one, you bang the door, you say you kinikon. Avoid the house that the landlord actually lives in there, just for peace of mind. Then the next one on our list is pet house. Number 5. So pet house, a house that they rear pets. They have all these cats, they have all the dog, they have all this thing. If you know you're a pet lover, it's fine. But if you know you don't have pets, you don't like pets, in fact, what's a pet? Just jeopardy. Somebody like me, make sure you avoid houses like that. And these are the questions you should ask. That is this house allowed for pets? Will your neighbors be rearing pets or any other thing like that? And aside that, you might actually be a pet lover, but another person should not know how to maintain their pet. Imagine you should spread just small, maybe I don't know, you should just spread something outside, and then one cat is using teeth to drag your clothes on the floor or anything. And you know, say in UK, you know that if you did it in Nigeria, and they will still say, it's the cat that look for your trouble. In UK, there's nothing like that. Though they will sue you for animal abuse. So to avoid yourself being sued for animal abuse, sometimes you might just sit down outside your house, maybe to be collecting fresh breeze, and you see all those cats, kolobo. Somebody will just come and be blowing breeze in your leg, and then maybe you just use leg to kick it. That's how you find yourself in court for animal abuse. So if you know you cannot stand pets, you cannot stand animal, you cannot stand it, avoid it, my dear. I don't want a house with pets. But if you know you can stand it, stand with your full chest, and when they come to you, don't push them away, show them love. Show them love. So the next on our list is before you actually rent for an apartment. Most times, most houses in the UK are actually furnished, though we have some empty furnished house. But whether it is furnished or not, make sure to ask for the inventory when you get to the apartment. Whether it is, even if it is empty, even empty house, they get inventory. Ask them, but Dami, where is the inventory of this house? Let them show you the list. Guys, make sure to check the list of all the inventory. Even in Nigeria, I do it. People used to say me, I like evidence. My dear, keep your evidence. Oh God, by the time the thing will happen to you, whoa, my shock here. Make sure you actually ask for inventory. Inventory means list of everything in the house. Sometimes even door. You see that door that you're looking at? If you guys notice, I don't know if you can see from afar. Do you see that key? Can you see the key? You see that key is inside that nylon, not nylon, a packet form. And it's been almost how many months now? I just left it there for them. Can you guys see the key? Can you see that it's inside one packet like that? The way they bought the key from Fetch is inside the packet. You see that I did not touch it. I did not remove it. It's just there like that. So when they actually give you an inventory, they can tell you bedroom door key or parlor door key or kinikon key 5. So what do? Make sure you count it to be 5. If it's TV that is there, can you change it to TV? It is not funny. Don't say, what is the difference between TV and 4? There is a huge difference too. She says I take leave and for them. So if I'm going and I'm ready to go and say, Uncle, my caution fee, nobody can come and tell me I damaged anything, because this is how they gave me the house and it's been how many months. I just left it there for them. Everything is inside that packed form. So nobody can come and say, you removed one key, you can't come. So make sure to check inventory. And I'm using key as simplest example. If they tell you the key of the cupboard is 4 and you get there and you count it as 2. Okay? The remaining 2 nko. If you say, yeah, let me change it to 2, it's fine. Then if you say, don't worry, I'll bring the remaining 2. Magbao. Tell him, let him change it to 2 now. Then when he bring it, we'll change it to 4. Do you hear? Nothing like I'm coming. Nothing like I'll bring it. Nothing like that, yo. Whatever you are doing, let him be changing this. Let's say. And then, so after you're checking all these things, so let's say for example, he said the key is actually 4 pieces, right? And you see 4 pieces. It's not just 4 pieces. Make sure you check the condition of the keys, that no one is bent, no one is rusted, no one is broken. Make sure to check it. That's why I'm using key as the simplest example. So let alone TV. So when you see TV in your house, make sure to put it on. Watch this one, watch that one. This thing, check everything. Make sure that they are in good condition. Even the bulb, switch, all these switch that used to do pa. If you want to not do pa, just there's a problem with this. But most, I don't know if they used to do pa. But you understand what I'm trying to say? You know, there are some switch. When you click press it, the thing will be soft already. That means we want to overuse it. Come and change it, or you should remove it from my inventory. But then when you see that the thing is still stiff, there are some switch like that when you press them, they're already dancing. Make sure to check it. And your lighting, oh God, make sure to on all the lights. Check all the lighting. The bulb is working, this thing is working. Make sure everything is, in fact, check it one after the other. Just see yourself as maybe you are doing investigative journalism for some. It's your money that you are paying. And if you're not careful, you might end up paying extra, because you remember you're going to pay for deposits, and the thing that is inside the landlord is every means for them not to give you that deposit back. That is what is in there. I just know that. Even in Nigeria, people used to say deposit or caution fee is not refundable. But I've told you, I've stayed in so many houses that I collected my deposit back, and this is how I used to pamper their thing. I'm not the type that will come and spoil somebody's house the way they used to use it like normal human being. That's how I'm going to use it. If you follow my lifestyle channel, you see all the houses I stayed in Nigeria, aside those hoodlums house that I left, that I did not even, the normal house that I stayed, even some that I did not even finish my rent, but I collected my full tuition, my full caution fee, full 100%. So if I can do it in Nigeria, how much more UK? So when they give you their property, make sure you check through and use it. And the thing that used to make people to spoil things in another person's house is friends bringing people to your house. That's why I told you, now let me they use this thing. So me, I don't used to jump door. I'll just because I know how much I pay for caution fee. Oh, le wa cover me. The only time that I remember that I jumped door in this house was when rain was falling. I did not close the door very well, so the breeze just took me. If you see where I stood up for my bed, You see, this is my caution fee. I've been collecting my caution fee in Nigeria, and I'll keep collecting. So if you use somebody's house very well, somebody too will refund your money. So make sure to check every condition, check everything perfectly. The keys, the lights, even till the window. Check if the window is opening. We have some window that does not open very well. Open it. Test. In fact, the most anything. If there is curtain there, check everything. Check the boshenshi. Check everything. Check the balcony. Check the furniture. Check the this thing. If there is any wear and tear. Some furniture can actually have wear and tear. If there is a tear, and as you are checking, be doing the video. You know how they used to zoom video. Just zoom. If there's any wear and tear, zoom. So this one will bring us to the next point: taking pictures and videos. Like I said, as you are checking it, be doing the video. Be using your phone and your camera to be checking. Check one now. If I let them say, auntie, you have pope, thank you, have pope. Check it as I are checking it, be doing with your video. So if you see any tear, any crack, even if it's crack on the wall, just any peel, zoom it. To buy it, zoom me on video, take picture, pakam. Anything, the gas, the pot, the plate, the anything, even any kid that is worse, anything, my dear, video every single thing. And it's not just videoing, after a video, for me, for iPhone, right, if I video on my phone, I want to keep an evidence, right, you actually upload it to your any of your distinction and keep it there. So the thing is, when after doing the video, after taking the picture, for an iPhone user, you can actually send it to your iCloud. When you send it to your iCloud, the day you want to view, iCloud is not even this thing, because once you click it, the thing will change date. So the thing is, after doing all those videos and everything, send it to your email and attach it. New house, gas loan number 4. Send it to your email, just in case where the time is time for you to go and the landlord is saying is you that spoiled this one. Just go to your email and go and check. And then if they are saying, it's a lie, you just took this video and everything, go to your email. They know that email no dey lie. Go to your Gmail, go and show. So it must have time stamp. And if you know you are the type of person that you don't use your phone too much, like somebody like me, I can't save something on my phone because I'm always using my phone to work. If you are the type of person that you can save something on your phone, so you can leave those pictures on your phone. So when it's time to bring evidence, you know it will show the time, the date, the everything. You know it's going to show everything on your phone. So any other save this thing that whether iCloud, whether anything. So the cocoa is anywhere you do the picture and video, let it show the time and date you took the picture, so that somebody will not come and accuse you. And even when you take the picture, the video and anything, make sure you're calling the attention of the landlord to it. Look at this sofa, you see saying don't tear. Look at this one, show you put your labe. Look at this matcha, show you put it bend. Look at this one. But me, that's why I like staying in new house. I can't even imagine myself staying in a used house. I don't know, there's no how. New house until but it need new, I'm not using. Let me know say na me first tear the nylon. And don't forget to check the toilet too. Check if the toilet is flushing, because it does not make sense issue and it did not. You understand? So the next on my list is meter reading, my dear. This one is very important, because so the former tenant, right, especially if you are staying in an old house, in fact it does not have to be an old house, it can't be new. Even in Nigeria, right, even in Nigeria, there's one house that I stayed like that, and then when we now did the recharge, we just said that our recharge just disappeared. They will just say that our recharge just disappeared. Where did our recharge go? I share there's one money that the landlord is supposed to pay. So what I'm saying is whether you are staying in a new house, whether you are staying in an old house, make sure to check your meter. Your meter is supposed to start from 0.00. You understand? It's supposed to start from 0. So if you're not sure, make sure to call the utility company of that area. Just for example, as me, I are staying in Bodija and I just call Bodija Market. Afa, I want to stay in one house, so she want jet basic. So ask if the landlord is owing money, or the former tenant is owing money, or this, even if it is a new building. I don't know about UK, but I think there is one money that they actually used to pay. I don't know what they used to call it, but I've explained that thing before in Nigeria. When you're renting a new house, right, if you don't quickly park in, the longer you stayed, if you don't quickly parking, the money will actually be accumulating. So anytime you now recharge, finally, the thing will just deduct from your money. I don't know what they call that thing. I've experienced it before, but the house I stayed, like, it was my landlord that actually paid it, and that's because here I'm a nice tenant. Other people, they just did 50-50, but me, he paid me on 100%, and that's why I said, You can see me as a bad guy, but me, I know that I'm always a very good tenant. I'm very law-abiding citizen. And I was like, even if he's not going to pay it, he's going to pay it because it's not part of my agreement. Because according to my agreement that I signed, you said you're going to provide me a debt-free meter. A debt-free meter. You know that me, most people, they'll just sign house agreements. They don't used to look at it. So he said he's going to provide a debt-free meter. So I don't care who is charging the money or whatever, my dear. I am not going to pay 1 kobo in this house that I am not owning. So it's the responsibility of the landlord. But then he didn't even make me to go that length. He just offered to pay the full money. As per say, this girl is a good girl. Thank you. Don't worry, if you follow my lifestyle channel, you see all those videos. So the next one is gas safety certificate. Guys, this one is very, very important. Very important. It's more like driver's license or police certificate. It's just like you having a care home and then you now employ somebody to work as a care worker in your care home. So you have to like check the police, the criminal record of the person. And this gas certificate, right? Damn. This gas safety certificate is actually renewable, so it renews every year. So what's the importance of this gas safety certificate? So the importance is to check the eligibility and the safety of the gas. So when they actually install the gas in the house, those gas people or gas engineers, they come, they test run. There's something that they used to test, just like car. Before they import it, they will test run all those things. If it's safe, just like even aeroplane, before they fly, you know, all those engineers, they will come, they will test all those negative and positive wire to see if there's any risk of explosion. Come on, explode in another country. Any risk of, I don't have this one. So that's why I said this point is already more than 20. Just sit as 25. So if there's any risk of explosion, so check the gas safety certificate, and it's always renewable every year. So if your landlord shows you and he sees that it has 2 months to expire, just tell him go renew. So it is very important they check it every year. So sometimes it might not even be the landlord. The landlord can just be okay, I'll call them. Maybe the person he bought the gas from. I know of some companies say home care safety or this thing. So depending on the whoever installed the gas this thing for him, there are some that they used to offer those yearly maintenance this thing. Just like maybe if you buy AC or anything from Hisense or from LG, maybe they'll do like yearly maintenance. They'll just come to your house, they'll just check if the this thing is safe, and then they'll issue you that certificate. So make sure to check it. So the next on my list is insurance. Oh my goodness. Okay, no. So the next on my list is insurance. Guys, it's very, very important. It is not only in Nigeria or Africa that gas explosion happens or fire accident. It happens everywhere. Yes, I know there's actually a working system that when anything happens, you call 911, you're anything. My dear, before you even call 911, there are some fire that you just go like boom. And that's why I made mention of that safety in this thing. So make sure your landlord actually insures his house. So ask for insurance. And I think you have to insure your own too. I don't know. I think in schools they used to make. I don't know about them. I've not found out. So make sure his house is actually insured, just in case anything happens. But the thing is, even if anything happens, it's the landlord that they will pay, not you. And that's why it's very important. Ask the landlord about the insurance policy of the house. In case anything happens, yes, I know they will pay the landlord, but you that are inside the house, your things are not insured. So maybe you can have insurance for things. Okay, depending on the house, right? If you are staying in a furnished house, where like the furnished house that the landlord actually gave you your TV, your everything, you understand? So the insurance is going to cover for everything. So the only thing that is going to pepper your body is your clothes. You know, you don't have anything inside the house. Everything belongs to the landlord. But if it's an empty house, talk to the landlord about insurance, or just make it your own responsibility to just do your own insurance. Or even if you don't do your insurance, make sure to check the fire safety this, but then we cannot be too careful. Make sure you talk about insurance and ask him if the insurance will cover for things inside the house. But I doubt if it covers things inside your house. If you are getting it yourself, I think you have to insure it. So even if you are getting anything yourself in the house, there are so many companies that actually offer insurance policy. For example, if you are buying AC, if you are buying chair, if you are buying this thing, and the insurance fee is always small. And aside that, after getting things inside your house, you can call this insurance company. They'll come to your house, they'll come and evaluate it, the real value of it, and then they will charge maybe 1%, 2%, then you'll be paying it every month, just in case anything happens. You know that you have backup plan. But I'm not saying I'll be African now, not going insure. Anyways, even I used to have this policy, but then when I got my AC, I insured my AC, my 2 AC, my gas cooker, my microwave, and this thing. So I insured the 2, the 4 items. That's the reason I feel like that's the reason I insured. And this insurance was the company that actually sold it to me. So from if you follow my lifestyle channel, I talked about it, and you see the way I insured it. The money they pepper my body, but then, and this insurance is just 1 year. So it will expire 1 year. So if I want, I might want to extend it or not. But the thing is, when you do insurance, nothing bad will happen. But don't do it now. Everywhere goes to. Anyways, the next one on our list is fire safety label. So you see that I'm still talking about this fire, anything. So if you're staying in any apartment, whether new or anything, you can stay in a new apartment, whereas your landlord will actually put an old bed, old furniture there. So make sure to check the fire safety. I'll be attaching a picture now on the screen to show how the fire safety label actually looks like. So the essence of this fire safety is, for example, let's say this is actually a furniture, right? And then before I use phone, biro, pen, you know that if you have experience on mobile phone, if you use Android, you can't open your mobile phone, you can't remove the back. If you use an Android, and I'm sure before you use an iPhone, you've used an Android before, you notice that in Android phone, when you remove the back, when you remove the battery, there is one seal at the back. After removing the battery, there's one seal, one red seal like that, like this thing. So whether anything, so this one covers for example, if you actually insure that phone, or maybe something happen, you know they used to give 1 year warranty in case anything happen. The first thing they check is to check that seal. If that seal is not there, that means it has been tampered with. But then if that seal is there and then something went wrong with the phone, that means it's the company's fault, is their responsibility. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So that means they can, other places maybe you might be able to touch it, but that place that they put that seal on top is like the central part or the most important part of the phone, that if anybody tampers with it, though, the phone is at the risk of getting anything. So that's what they call safety label. So just imagine this phone is actually a furniture, this pen is actually a furniture, right? So the safety label will be inside here, inside this thing like this, and then this is pen. Imagine this pen is not writing, and I did like this, is not writing, and then I want to feel like what's wrong with this pen now? Then I said I want to actually open it. You know, I have to remove the seal. So once that I have removed the seal, I've actually altered the safety of the pen. That's because I am not pen oriented. I don't produce pen. I don't know what to check out for. I don't know, maybe before I open it, I have to put it inside one cover, or maybe I have to open it like this, or I want to do it like this or anything. That means I've actually altered the safety of that pen, and it can be liable to anything. So anytime you're renting furniture, TV or anything, make sure to actually check the label, because sometimes some people might carry that TV to go and repair, and you don't know whoever is repairing that thing. They can remove some important points, they can remove the original and replace it with the fake one. So once the safety seal is removed from it, it is no longer safe. So make sure to actually always check it, the label safety. So the one they use in UK for fire label safety is BS 7177. That's the British safety specification for resistance to ignition. Like when we talk about mattress, right, it's for resistance to ignition of mattress, divans, but even till bed. You know that in bed too, you have this small paper that used to come on. So just in case if there is a wear, if there is a tear, if there is anything, you don't even know, like, just in case a mattress now somebody actually tear it and replace it with something else, you don't even know whether this thing is inflammable. So that's why I said once any part of that this thing is so the point is, if it's furniture, make sure to check for wear and tear, and then in that wear and tear, make sure to check the safety label is still there. If it's for appliance, make sure that the safety label is still there. Not for do anything, for mattress, for anything. So the next on our list is deposit protection scheme paperwork. So this one, you ask for your landlord after you've checked all this thing, ask him for the deposit protection scheme paperwork. So the essence of this is to actually, like, is like a protection for the landlord and a protection for the tenant. You all know that you actually pay a particular fee as deposit. Some can be as high as anything else depending on the distinction. Okay, so this protection paperwork is more like a government agreement. It was actually approved by gov.uk since 2007. So this paperwork, it will actually have like a condition to tell you the reason you might likely not be able to get your refund. Like I told you, anytime you rent an apartment and you actually pay for deposit, the first thing that comes to the landlord house is looking for a way for you to collect your refund. That's the thing. So it's only just be praying to God, but God will allow you to spoil something so that they will not be able to refund you. So just know it in mind that when you're paying deposit, just see the landlord as armed robber, that he doesn't want you to collect. So you have to try as much as you can to prevent that. So make sure to ask for the deposit protection scheme paperwork. They actually call it TDP. So this TDP is called the tenant deposit protection. So it contains the tenancy agreement, the condition in which you might not be able to get your deposit, or maybe like for example, if you actually pay deposit for an apartment and landlord feel like the only reason you not get your deposit is if you spoil this thing, if you spoil this one, if you break this one, or maybe if you don't keep to the rules. Maybe they say they don't used to make noise, or you come home by 6 o'clock and then you're coming home by 10 o'clock. So those are those reasons your deposit must be altered. So it's more like you looking out for the conditions in which the deposits you paid might not be refunded to you. So make sure you check it before anything else. And aside that, when you actually pay for your deposit, right, this deposit is not paid into the landlord's account. Yes, you can actually pay it into the landlord's account, but then within 30 days, the landlord has to pay this money into this TDP account, known as the tenant deposit protection. So the money will not be inside the landlord's account, it will be inside that TDP, and that TDP account actually belongs to the government. So it's as if the government is watching over it. So just in case at the end of your tenancy there's actually a dispute, maybe your landlord say you spoiled this one and you say no, this is how I met it and everything, the money will not be released to either of you. Right? The money will not be released to either of you till there is actually like a settlement between both of you. Maybe both of you end up in court, you keep arguing and everything. So the money is actually inside the government account till when the rift is settled. And that's why I say it's important to take pictures, it's important to take anything, because you see, they might be nice at first, nice to you and everything. Make sure you keep your evidence. So the next one on our list is energy performance certificate, and this is why I said it is good to stay in a all bills paid apartment. This energy certificate, performance certificate, is called like EPC. It is actually valid for 10 years. I don't know if you have noticed, like, you move to some houses, right? For you to block ordinary charger, they would have charged you 1 minute. To do this one, they will charge you 1 minute. And then in some houses, you will use this one, use this one, use this one, use this one. They will not charge you a lot. That is what they call energy performance. That's the CD level of energy saving of that building. There are some buildings that consume a whole lot of energy, and there are some that are really energy saving. So depending on the energy rating of the energy rating of that particular building, so demand for it. But then if your landlord actually agrees that all bills inclusive of rent, you might likely not ask for it, because everything, no matter whatever you use, is part of your bill. So to bad that landlord when it's sure that yes, so there's no hidden anything here, that is when they will do all bills inclusive, because they know that their certificate, their house is energy saving, right? And if you don't request it from the landlord, maybe you're currently staying in a house, you can actually go to your meter. Where your meter is, they used to have it close to the meter like that. The thing I will attach a picture. It used to have step like that from A to G and everything. So and from there they can give some hints on how to save more energy, how to use more energy, how to and anything can be making power power loss from that building. Maybe not improper connection. I don't know anything about physics, but you know what I'm trying to say. So your best bet is to get an apartment that has all bills inclusive. And even if you don't have all bills inclusive, make sure to ask your landlord for his energy performance certificate. Use all your life savings to be paying on bills. So the next one is, so the thing is, the higher the rating, the lower your bill. So if the apartment has like 90 above rating, that means you're not going to spend a whole lot of money. Just like in Nigeria, let me talk about this bulb, this white bulb and yellow bulb. You understand? You know that yellow bulb and white bulb, that white bulb is more energy saving than that white bulb. You understand? So the next one is copy of government copy of rent to guide from government. So the next one on our list is copy of rent to guide from the landlord. So this one is more like a tenancy agreement. So this one is like a tenancy protection. So this one is to actually protect the landlord and the tenant, to protect your rights, to protect what you can do. There are some basic rules that the landlord should not do, basic things the landlord should not do to you, basic things you should not do for the landlord. Just imagine if you could not pay your rent the next month, the landlord does not have any right to invade your privacy, to open your door. The landlord does not have rights to come into your apartment without your proper approval, or come into your house to actually come and eject you from your house. Oh, pack. It doesn't have some, just to know your basic right as a tenant. So whether you're a foreigner in another country, everybody has their rights as a tenant, and the landlord too has their rights, and of course everybody should know their boundary. So that's one of the importance of this government rent guide, to know the responsibility of the landlord and to actually know your own responsibility as a tenant. There are some things that the tenant has to do that is the responsibility of the landlord, and there's some that is your. This is just to know boundaries and everything, even in Nigeria, like, so that somebody will not come and use this thing to scare you. Like if a landlord come and say, you know, I can eject you from this as well, you know, now, like when you know your own is like, oh god, in fact when you even ask for this thing, you will even think twice, that they'll not come and use your head for you and be able to say, hey, my. So even if you can't pay your rent the next month, in as much as you should be polite and talk to your landlord about it, maybe you have a difficulty, you can't pay and everything, in real life you still have like 3 months of free rent. Not like a free rent, but for him to give you time to move out. They cannot just say, hey, but come and pack out. It doesn't happen everywhere. Even in Nigeria, people that it happens to is because they don't actually know the tenancy agreement. So the next on our list is negotiation. So just in case you actually pay for a rent and they say maybe this one is £700 per month, make sure you actually negotiate. Try as much as you can to negotiate, especially if you are loaning directly, I've been renting directly from the landlord, or especially if there's actually fault in the house, like that switch I talked about. But then if it's a fault you can't cope, my dear, complain you. But if it's something you can cope with, or you can manage it, or you can anything with, you can. So if there's any fault, if there's anything, or maybe if the place is far to school or to your work, you can use that one as point of negotiation. You can say that this place is very far, so you know that I'll still spend money for bus, I'll still spend money for taxi, I'll still just easy, just negotiate. Even that's how I used to tell you, there's no fixed price anywhere. The way you are negotiating in Nigeria, same way you are negotiating in this. I've told you a time that I rented an house. In fact, in Nigeria again, you ask your neighbor, how much did you pay? Some people pay 120, some people pay 80, some people pay 70. So now who negotiate pass? There is no fix. Don't you say they don't negotiate rent. My dear, negotiate it. Put a condition to you. Say, this place is far from your school. You know that before you see boss and everything, negotiate to if it can. Or maybe the place is not so conducive for, just use that one as excuse to try negotiate. So the next on my list is before you move in, make sure to ask your neighbors. If it's actually an old house, ask the neighbors or ask your landlord why the former tenant move out. It's very, very important. Even in Nigeria, everywhere, always ask, why did this person move out? If this house was so good, why did he or she move out? So they can give you a reason like, maybe you moved, it changed job, they are going to lie. We know they are going to lie, but just ask may not be like, say this thing, and then try to put it into recording. That's why I told you, anything you are doing, make sure to record it though, make sure to have evidence. But then they can say, why do you record without consent? There's another rule for that, to actually tackle if you record people without consent and then you're proving it for evidence. Shall record first. First record. If I record, it's not as if record the beg. As I was saying, so make sure to ask why the tenant who actually left the house, or the previous person that was there. Ask people around. But you see all these UK people, they will not answer you. They'll say they don't know, they don't have an idea. So in everything, just ask your mind, do you feel comfortable with this person? Do you feel comfortable with this house? The thing is, all the houses that may have been moving up and down, when I get there, I used to feel comfortable. I used to feel comfortable. It's when I have stayed there 1 month now, I'm like, you guys I don't make a time mistake. Now so just that like the people, when you feel like, oh, this is, keep it moving, keep it, because the thing is, sometimes you're so excited, you're overexcited, and you don't even know how to differentiate between your excitement and your choice. You don't know. You see this particular house, this is the house that I was most reluctant to pay for, because I told you guys it is very expensive, because it's an estate. It is very expensive, extremely expensive. I had so many doubts that, hey, how will I be copying and everything? But then that is where I now settled my life finally. So sometimes you might not be able to differentiate your fear and the real choice, or your excitement and the real choice. So when you feel like you're happy about it, just stay there. I wonder when you spend a few months and you feel like, not be as you assume, pack your things again, move to the next house. And as I told you, you might find yourself moving from one house to another. Don't allow anybody to tell you have a problem, you have a clinical. Now comfort you they find. You not go to UK to come and suffer. If it's not comfortable for you, keep moving. That's why I came to tell you, and I'm using myself as an example. So imagine what I went through in Nigeria, when people are calling me problematic and everything. That it's because I'm fighting with people, and which one is I'm fighting with people, but when people used to jump inside fence to come and steal something, or my fellow neighbors, they'll eat something and come and be dumping it up in the front. They'll come and tell me I should pick it for them. Follow my lifestyle challenge and you will see many in that is would you marry too? And this is it now. I moved to an estate now. Everybody's just minding their business. Everybody. Nobody even come out. Everybody's minding. When you come outside, everywhere is siren. There's a cleaner. There's a gateman. Nobody is saying, close the door. You know, Nigeria is I remember that time in Nigeria that things they were talking about not gun. That is when my own neighbors then. Oh my, she gets right fairly. I'm like, do you people have extra life in one place? Can't you close? Can't you? Oh my, follow that channel. So you see things like that. Let people tell you you have problem. Accept it. I have problem. As long as you're not paying my rent for me. As long as I did not come and beg you for money for rent. As long as I did not beg you to come and to arrange my house. Keep moving. Keep moving. And that's what I told you. Keep moving. So you might find yourself moving for so many places before you now find the actual comfort. So don't let anybody discourage you. Don't let any colleague tell you otherwise. Is your hand you're using to move? Is your hand you're using to pack? And is your money you are paying? Are they paying for? But if they are paying for you, you can say, because you are paying. And that's why it's good to be independent. Because when you're independent, you can do anything you want with your money. You understand? With your money. You don't need anybody's opinion. Even when you spend it and it did not come out well, you cry if you want to cry. After you cry, pick yourself up. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Move. Anyways, next on our list is negotiate, ask about this thing. And then another thing on our list is check your agreement very well. Check it like 1 billion times. Keep reading. Read to understand it. Read to understand everything. If you don't understand anything, make sure you ask them. Please, waiting you type for here. Waiting you mean. Make sure to read and understand, because their agreement, like I told you, if they not use keke for you, this is what they're gonna use to steal for you and just finish your life. So your agreement is very important. Your landlord can actually tell you bills all inclusive, whereas in your agreement it is telling you something else. So don't rush to sign. Even if they are telling you, this house is hot cake, people are coming for it, let them take it. Let them take it. If the house is going to be for you, it's going to be for you. Don't rush and pay. I've been in that situation before, that when I was really desperate to get out, they say, hot cake, people are already coming. And I was like, that means this house is so good and people are already come. I was like, no, I'm not doing. And then when I got home, after a few weeks, I was like, thank God I not take that house. And for the weekend, don't let anybody to rush you. If the house is hot cake, let them take it. Whoever win best, make them take them. Take your time. Go through the agreement. Go through it very well. In fact, read it with toothpick. You see all this thing I check, because they can write anything else inside your disease. So make sure to check it. So the next on our list is when you actually want to pay, don't pay cash. Pay via bank transfer, because when you pay cash, it is not traceable, But then when you pay cash, you can actually make a video to show that you pay cash. But then what the thing is, when you get to UK firstly, you might not know, maybe you don't have account yet and everything. So that's why I say make sure to pay with your video this thing with your video. But then before you pay, make sure you are paying to a liable. Either you are paying to agents, you collect receipts, either you're paying to the real landlord. And before you pay to the landlord, make sure you ask for the name, his address, and then after asking for the name and address, check. There's this website, they call it they call it land registry. They call it land registry. So just go to land registry website, right? Just go to land registry website and then go and check the name of your landlord. So if his name is Kolo, just type Kolo there. So the Kolo will bring up, even if he has 10 houses, it will bring out the location of that place, the number of flats, the number of address, the whether it's bungalow, whether it's this thing, for you to be sure. So that one is certain, even if you're going to pay cash. So this one, when you check it, I think it cost about $3 and everything. So and then the one I almost skipped is asking for your deposit. Deposit is very important. There are some deposits that they'll just collect maybe 1 month extra from you or 2 months, but then according to gov.uk, they say you should not pass 50. I don't know, Sha. I don't really understand that scenario. So any deposit that they say, try to negotiate. That's why I tell you, Sha. Ask about their this thing. Guys, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm everything. Thanks for watching today's video with me. So that will bring us to the end of today's video. So guys, I wish you a safe trip. Make sure to be on my to wash inside UK. Don't go and disgrace us. I don't like anybody to cheat you. If you're watching academies, they don't used to cheat people. Yo, use your head, because like I told you, I've sued so many people in Nigeria. So if I can sue people in Nigeria, so anything that they're telling you, be doing video. Don't let anybody to use your head. Don't go and be doing dance. Don't go and be doing sharp in Nigeria, and then you get to UK, you be doing dance, you be doing swimming. My dear, sharpen up. Is a land of law. Anything where you sign, there's nothing like, hey, yeah. Even if you are doing justice for anybody, Nigeria, they do the justice. Now you have some for this. So far, that will bring us to the end of today's video. And if you like this video, make sure to click the subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Thanks for watching. And bye. I'm hungry.